I'm the lyrical Latino, my spitting is straight lethal. Danger for my enemies, hating on all my peoples. I ride and die, hoping I rise con mi amigos. Building up this legacy, living like I'm a hero. My lyrics straight bending these bars like I'm Magneto.
Yo, welcome to another episode of the Hiphop Advocates Show. I'm John Figs.
De la music and the rock.
Yo, today's guest, man, wears many hats. I mean that figuratively and literally. I never seen him without a hat in 20 years, man. That's how long been rocking, you know what I'm saying? He's an ill producer, started engineering, and now his new endeavor became a videographer. Yo, we got Geo The Architect, man. It's all in the name. What's up, brother?
What's up, man? Good to see you, fellas. It's been a while,
it's
man.
been a minute, man.
Yeah,
it's been a minute.
Real long.
We've been trying to get you up here, man. It's the third time. Third time's a charm, baby.
And I was going to say, we also got to mention artist, rapper.
Yeah, he's a MC.
For sure,
And
because we did a track with him. We went to
he's
his
a
house
rapper.
years ago.
Word.
And he did that beat too.
He
right?
sprinkled that in there, the rapping.
Official, man.
Yo, I used to have these guys in the studio, man, killing the mic, bro.
Wow.
It was special.
It was
man.
fire, man. It was good times, man.
For real now.
Talk about you know how you got started. As far as were you started rapping first or producing,
I actually
doing beats?
started writing lyrics and rapping first.
That's where you started.
I was like in 10th grade, 11th grade, writing rhymes in class, and that's crazy. Just thinking about it, that was my first passion.
What led you from rapping into producing?
Uh,
Or was it rap?
There was a few friends of mine that, I'm making beats now, became a thing in my area in Elmont, Long Island. And
Shout out to Long Island.
yeah, man. And I don't know, I went to Radio Shack, and then you know how the Casio keyboards?
Yeah. I got
So
one.
I'm like, you got one?
I got one, yeah.
yeah. I was just playing with it. I'm like, I'm gonna purchase it. It cost like $500-600, I think, back then. And then I was like, you know what? I'm gonna make beats. I mean, I wasn't good, you know. Sounded like a 5-year-old playing with a keyboard. You
Nintendo
know?
Beats.
Like Nintendo beats.
That's how I'm sure that's how all producers sound when they start.
And you swear it sounds ill. You're like, you hear my shit? That shit sounds awful.
When I met you,
Yeah.
I met this dude, man. I was 16, and I laid down my first 16 in this man's crib.
That's a.
And you was, at that time, you was more heavy into, you were beginning to do the producing, right?
Yes.
Making beats.
At that time, I was ready. Like
You were nice already.
Yeah, I was nice with it. Yeah.
You were nice with the beats. And I remember recording that. I wrote that rhyme in your crib and laid it like in 10 minutes.
Yo, it was like one take.
One take.
No
Take.
structure,
Yo,
nothing,
you on
just
steroids, bro.
I know. I was.
Just rhyme.
A beast with
Yo,
it.
the
Still
crazy
is.
the crazy thing is my cousin Berto. Shout out to Berto.
Yo, shout out to Berto. That's how we met.
Yeah,
Went to
yeah.
AV together. He was like, yo, my cousin makes beats.
Yeah.
He was telling everybody, he was promoting you hard in school. He was like, yo, let's go to his crib.
Handing out flyers.
Word. And he was like, yo, let's go to his crib. He's out in Long Island. And, yo, it was like 5 of us. He took us out there. And we met him and shit. And he had a little setup. Matter of fact, we used to make cassette tapes
I was just gonna bring it
in my
into,
boy's basement.
Yeah.
And we used to record, just take industry beats and you know what I mean, dub them. And we used to take it on him, and he would convert it into CDs.
Wow.
That's how this shit was crazy, right?
Yeah, that's crazy, man. I was already recorded. When I met you, I was recording artists and all that stuff already. Yeah, I remember Berto had tapes.
Yeah, we had tapes.
Max, Spicky, C's.
Yeah.
And I remember hearing you. Figs had the deepest voice out of everybody. I'm like, yo, this dude is nasty, bro. It's full. He reminded me of Pun.
You heard the hunger.
Yeah, he was on fire, bro.
Yeah, man.
But you know what? You weren't really in the picture. Like, I met Mac and Spicky, and they would come to the studio first, I think.
Yeah.
And then I met you just hanging out, you know. But anyways, you were like, yo, I want to come record. And I was like, yo, you recorded. I was like, yo, this dude's nice, man.
We did like 7 tracks that one day. Yeah.
Yo, he used to come to the studio, record like 5-6 songs in like an hour. It's rare nowadays to do that.
Yeah.
Yo, you were mad You were ready, bro. You came like this.
I only had $50. That's
a lot of niggas gotta sit down, roll a blunt, fucking smoke, start talking to niggas before they even fucking lay down a one vocal.
Nah, I was ready to go.
They gotta
in.
get warmed up. Like you gotta when you're in that form, like you gotta be ready to go. Like you want to come in and just you want to catch that energy. Like you gotta build that energy. You can't expect the room to dictate the energy for you. You gotta bring that shit.
Word.
Facts.
A lot of new artists, like they come to the studio and they think that, they gotta feel a certain vibe when they walk in. Like, nah, you gotta bring that shit. You gotta bring that energy. When you're gonna go do a song, the song you're creating it, you're making it. Your vocals are fucking laying it down. So you gotta come in ready to fucking lay that, bring that energy in. Like niggas got the wrong idea, when they coming in to a studio session like that shit's already supposed to be laid out for them, the red carpet. Nah, you gotta build that.
Very true, man. Yo, from my experience, I've witnessed artists sound better like live, like like in a cipher.
Mm-hmm.
But when it comes to recording, it's like another.
It's a
realm,
different
man.
ballgame.
It's a whole
It's
different environment.
You need to have some discipline when you're in there,
Yeah.
And what's funny is that I remember going to your spot with these two fellas like 15, 17, 18 years ago, and you made the beat, you rapped on the beat, you engineered it, you mixed it down.
Damn, yeah.
You could have probably done a fucking video for that shit. Like, yo, you flipping this so many ways, bro. That's official.
You know what he remind me of that day? He remind me of I don't know if y'all watched that Bugs Bunny episode. There was a cartoon when he's playing baseball. He's playing all positions.
Wow.
He's hitting the ball.
He's hitting the ball.
He's pitching it to himself. He's running, fucking swinging it.
Geo that day. Word. He was making.
Yo,
the
I was
beat,
impressed,
rhyming,
man. I was impressed,
engineering.
bro. And that song sounds ill. Like that mix sound.
Wow, and that was like man long ago, right? You said like
Just so
15 years
y'all
ago.
know, man, Geo is a very multi-talented individual, and he's been doing this shit for a long time. Like, from you started rapping. Now, this is why I got mixed up. The engineering came first, or the producing, or that came hand in hand?
It was me rapping, then the beat making. Lavarsier, real quick, I was working with him, and he liked my beats. He kind of met me when I was starting out, but he was nasty, man. And he's like, yeah, I'll work with you. He gave me a beat machine it looked like an MPC, so I combined that with the Casio, and it just elevated, Then my boy Ahmad, he was like an engineer. He was like, yo, Geo, I got a whole computer with Cubase, plugins, effects to mix songs. Yo, you could take it. Yo, and he hooked everything up. I was like, wow, it just fell on my lap. I never thought to engineer, so I got into it. And I don't know, it was like a passion, like to make someone's voice crispy and like in your face, you know what I'm saying? And then combining, I'm already a beat maker, so engineering became my third.
That's the most important element as far as when you're making music, is the engineering aspect of it. Because without that, the shit sounds so raw. Like we have shit that we never mix down, and we never put it out because we don't have it mixed down. And I put up shit that we don't even have mixed down just because we lost the files, and that's where it's gonna stay unless we recreate it and re-record the shit.
Which we're not.
Which we're not, because it's time for new shit. Different mind state. Same nigga, different mind state.
Just to recreate the beat, though.
For real.
Just to recreate the beat would be a mystery.
Gio, I'm really interested to find out how you got into the making videos, music videos, because that's like a whole nother story.
The transition, from that.
To this day, I'm shocked that I walked into those shoes too, man.
Did that just fall in your lap too?
Yeah, like I never cared about a camera and photography. I'm not a photo guy, So we were shooting a video. Me, my boy Reaching Over, he's another artist. Shout out to Reaching Over.
Dope,
shout out,
man. I met him at that shoot.
At the Silver
He's coming up here soon.
Yeah. Shout out to Ram, man, to Nova, man. Nigga, cool nigga right there.
Yeah, we were shooting Keep Rolling music video. It was me, him, and Switch. and we met the guy who shot the video director, Lou Fire. Yo, Lou Fire, shout out to you too, man. He had a Sony camera, like the same one I have. Well, I have a upgraded version. And I saw his work. I'm like, yo, that's 4K? That's crispy, bro. Right there kind of sparked a desire, like, yo, that's dope. But then I realized Reaching Nova had the same camera.
Wow, in the collecting dust in the crib.
He's like, I got the same one. What? And me, I'm a solutionist. I was like, yo, let me try, you know what I'm saying? I won't charge you. It's your camera. Let me try to practice. And he's like, yeah, no doubt. And, yo, thank goodness for YouTube, man. YouTube College.
YouTube University, man.
Word.
You learn everything. I learned everything about it. Aperture, shutter, all the camera settings and all that.
Yeah. Thanks for
autofocus.
Clearing that up. I'm like, what the hell is nigga talking about? A shutter.
I was like, yo, what is this? I don't know any of the settings. Yo, I learned everything on YouTube. And I'm like, okay, which software to use? And then I just got sucked into the whole world of the whole thing,
down the
man.
rabbit hole.
Yo, videos is hard work.
It's a lot, yeah. I could tell, man. And I mean, a music video compared to like editing this episode is like a music video is even way like that shit probably takes more fucking. And you talking about something that's 3-4 minutes. And you clipping in shot for shot, like every, second, 2 seconds, you gotta change frames, I can imagine, the tedious shit you gotta do behind a music video.
I kind of learned fast because it's similar to engineering audio, music. You got like a sequencer. So instead of vocals and music, you're using visuals, pictures. And it's kind of like the same system, the same process.
I seen that from sitting right next to him doing it. Yeah. I'm like, yo, this shit look like Pro Tools. I'm like, yo, this shit, that's just me. I'm like, this shit look like Pro Tools, but, you got the vocals here and the image. I'm like, this shit is crazy. That shit's ill. And, because it's weird. I think having the experience with audio engineering kind of helps me with the transitions of video. Like say you have a hype or an ad-lib. So I'm like, yo, you know what? I heard that. I'll use a different video clip. An image kind of being an ad-lib, so to speak.
Yeah, it's dope.
Just a quick pop out. I don't know, it just all connected, you know what I'm saying?
That's
it starts coming together as you're doing it.
And I
feel you about the camera too. Like, there's so many things you gotta worry about before even shooting. And sometimes they recommend you putting all your settings, recording a sample, and watching it to see if that's what you want.
Yeah.
And then going, following through.
Yes.
Like you said, you gotta worry about like there's the ISO, the white balance. Like, it's so many
the
things.
The shutter, the aperture, all that stuff.
Like, we recorded some joint and something wasn't exactly where it should be, and everything looks real white, and I'm like, fuck, I wish I would have saw that.
Yeah,
but we're just learning. We learning.
Trial and error, man.
Trial and error.
Yeah. Again, like with me prepping the recording gear and the equipment, like I have that Avalon right there. So it's the same thing. You gotta, I got say Figs is in the booth, and I'm like, all right, let's do a mic check. So I'm like, spit some acapellas. It's kind of the same thing. You know what? The input gain is a little too much, and then I'll have to change it for another artist, like say Scylla. She sings, so it's softer. I can't keep the same settings.
Yeah. Everybody has their own settings.
That's a little comparison, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like if I'm recording camera indoors, the lighting is a little more darker versus I'm recording outdoors in a sunny, bright day. Yo, I'm like, I can't even see like say it's mad sunny, 2 p.m.
Can't even see the screen.
Can't even see the screen.
You don't even know if you're recording the motherfucker.
Yeah.
Recording them over there. They standing over here.
Yo, I had to lower it all the way down. And then it will come out too overexposed. The footage.
That's the worst.
Overexposed, yeah. And then I obviously go to YouTube. You know what I'm saying? and then they have filters. So I bought up. Yo, another thing is, camera, gear, or video production costs mad money, yo.
It's expensive. You gotta invest.
I bought a filter, a VND filter, and it goes in front of the lens, and you could roll the dials, like, and you can make it. It's like sunglasses for the lens.
Oh,
the lens
shit.
is your eye. Imagine the lens is the camera eye, so it's mass sunny out. So you put the filter, and it's like putting sunglasses. But then you could change the shade, how dark, how light.
Damn.
Yo, that costs $200 alone, just a little piece of filter.
Yo,
You know?
we're mentioning a lot of shit right now. You said shade, overexposure, light and dark. I'm just thinking about Christianity. You a Christian man yourself.
Yeah, man.
Now with all those adjectives, right? I'm thinking we got to talk about these albums that came out. Drake and Kanye.
Oh.
He's using this whole Christianity thing, right?
Oh, he's getting real spiritual.
Good
with it?
spiritual.
Kanye.
Kanye is.
Yeah.
on the album. It's heavy. Like it's heavy church influenced. Like the album. I heard it through, but it's not what I for all the hype that what it wasn't what I was expecting. Like if you expecting like that Kanye with like Mos Def type sound, like
No. That's gone. That's been gone.
Like that. That's not the Kanye that's around anymore.
Nah.
Gio, did you catch any of the?
album? Nah, I heard. I didn't have time to get.
It's 27 tracks. That's
Yo,
takes a
Yeah?
lot of time.
in the words of my man Figs, it might take you 27 days to finish that shit, bro.
to digest that
Yo,
shit.
for real.
That's too long, bro.
Yo, as a producer and an engineer, it's like I'm forced to listen to albums. I have to be on top, like the sounds, the beat production, and then just the quality of the mixes. Like Kanye's mixes, it's fire, bro.
You hear that? You hear that in the album? Like you hear the mixing is good, and the production is dope.
It's dope, yeah.
It's dope. But when it comes to like the what the songs are like. The
Like
people
the
like
style?
the features and shit. Like I don't know. A lot of features to me didn't really go.
Sounded forced.
Yeah, it sounded forced. They didn't sound like they sounded right. They didn't go right. And he definitely could have cut the album shorter than that. Because some of the tracks are in there. Like he did 2 tracks.
Part 1 and 2, right?
Yeah, he did like a part 1 and 2. Like towards the end, he has like part 2 of like 4 tracks. I think it's like 3 or 4 of them. And he did 1 track with one artist. And he did the same beat, same song,
Wow.
with another feature on it.
That's crazy.
I mean, I like the creativity. I understand what he's trying to reach for something new.
Yeah, something new.
You know,
But it's a very like you listen to it and you see how he was doing the show like in the stadium and all that. Like that's the kind of feel that you get listening to the album. It's like a stadium, like a performance.
For performance purpose.
Yeah, like it's
Wow.
like a theatrical type of deal.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
But it's not like some shit you're gonna listen to in your car, like, or you're gonna go fucking the gym and listen to. Like, I honestly, me, like my personal opinion, I it wasn't what I was expecting over all the hype that was brought to it.
So Figs, what you thought about the Drake joint? I heard a lot of good things.
The Drake, definitely Drake over Kanye, and you know they beefing.
You heard both?
And they beefing, yeah, they beefing.
I heard both.
Kanye was a little booty. That album was booty, man. I'm gonna be honest. That shit was ass.
Wait, isn't Kanye like who influenced Drake, like his mentor, kind of?
Kind of, yeah.
And they
But
have
they're
beef?
beefing, and Drake, he addresses that in the album.
Really?
I heard something like that.
Yeah,
but
he
what
addressed
what exactly is it, right? Because I didn't.
He mentions the whole Kanye getting his feelings and exposing his address on a group chat.
I mean, it's petty shit.
Petty.
Wow.
It's petty shit.
It's not real
no
lyrical beef
drama.
or-
It's all promotional shit.
Yeah,
It's not real fucking
I heard.
drama like that.
I was eating lunch with Reaching Over, and we were discussing it. He goes that Kanye wanted to drop his album the same
Same
day.
day,
Drake.
yeah. You want to do the Jay-Z
I
Nas
was like,
shit.
Jay-Z?
"Dang."
Damn, and talking
That's
about Jay
crazy.
Z, the
He's
track,
on it.
the
He's on
track with
Drake.
Jay,
The one with Jay.
Drake and
Yes.
Jay, that song is fire.
And I think that was a little spitefulness from Drake, because he knows
To
that
get-
Jay-Z and Kanye don't really fuck with each other like that.
Ho's
They
verse.
do.
Ho's verse is
They
impressive.
They reconciled. I mean, Hov was on Kanye's album.
So he was on both.
Yeah, he was on I think the second or first Jail. The one same one that the baby's on part 2.
That was retarded.
At the end of the album.
You know what?
But
Each song is like 9 minutes and shit, right? Like his
Nah,
song.
it's not really that. Not all. Some of them are though, but they're not really that long. I mean, I get the concept of the intro to the Kanye album. Like I was like Don. I was like, what the fuck is it? And that's his mother's name, and I saw the meaning of it. He said it whoever was saying it said it 57 times for the age that his mom passed away.
Oh,
That's why,
okay.
and it was because the intro is just Don. That's
58 times.
57 times.
Oh,
I think
57.
57.
I respect that. I respect that.
No, so I mean that when I
I
heard
like that.
that, I was like, all right, that's an ill concept behind
I
it.
might steal that shit and do it for Juana.
Juana.
Yeah, man.
So I mean, but now with this, here's my opinion, and y'all know I'm a fucking Drake fan. Like I love Drake. Like he's one of my favorite
I like
artists
Drake
all
too.
time.
I like him.
But the album, and I mean, I gotta maybe soak it in a little more because I heard it once, and it's too much. I mean, obviously the name of it is Certified Lover Boy, right?
Right.
And
To make love
me,
to, baby.
like the way people are praising it and all that, like, this is not his greatest album. It is not his greatest album.
It's a regular Drake.
Yeah,
release.
but it's a lot of like it's a real a lot of that R&B is Drake on it, a lot of it. That's my that's my take on that album. Is like lyric he has when he's rhyming, like he says some dope shit on there. Like on one line he says some shit about y'all throw dirt in my name, that dirt turn to soil.
Yeah.
Like that was a good.
He got a lot of he drops a lot of gems on there.
Yeah,
And
a
shit.
lot of fucking verses, but too much singing shit for me.
Too much singing. It was the regular Drake. I think to me it wasn't out of the norm. It wasn't out of this world. It was in regular Drake. Drake came and did what Drake does, and I mean a little too long. Like 22 songs of
22 songs?
yeah, of like a lot of it was like you said a lot of love joints.
A lot of singing, a lot of the
singing.
harmonizing Drake.
Yeah,
Yo, to see E
And don't get
to
me
hear
wrong.
E say that,
I know because
that he doesn't like it that much.
You
He
couldn't pay
praises.
me. You couldn't pay me. Even if you were my nigga, you couldn't pay me to fucking give a false review. And I'm gonna give you the real. I'm gonna give you the real
That's what's up.
of how I feel. No matter how much of a fan I am, DMX is my greatest fucking my favorite artist of all time. Rap artist. And this last album he came out with to me was pretty dope. Some of the previous ones before that, not really. Might have had 1 or 2 songs that I really liked. But then we go back to the beginning of DMX, first 4 or 5 albums.
Yeah.
That was like hard. For
yeah,
me, that was
hard,
DMX. And then he fell off right there. But like, even with my favorite, I'll shit on it. If it calls for it, I'm gonna say it. You couldn't pay me to fake review some shit.
yeah.
Like niggas is over here praising this shit like it's the greatest shit, like giving them the
One-
GOAT title. I mean, don't get me
Yeah.
wrong, Drake belongs in that.
No, he doesn't. But
Nah,
listen,
yes, he does.
Oh,
no,
shit.
he doesn't.
Yes, he does.
No, he doesn't.
Yes,
you know
he does.
that whole he doesn't write his lyrics shit. Come on, he's out of the
Nah.
competition.
Yo,
He's out of the
he's
the
got
category.
like 10 songwriters. Yeah,
You know
you're
what I'm saying?
right,
Come
Drake,
on.
Yeah.
But one thing I gotta say about that Drake album, what I heard, I don't know if it was the baby, little baby, or one of the babies, too many babies.
That song, fire.
But he
many
said,
babies.
guys, stop rhyming Uber with shooter. It's done.
Gosh.
Yo, Fabulous said that shit in 09. People still rhyming Uber with shooter, Beyonce, fiance, Bacardi and party. Stop it.
Oh my god.
Wow.
When I heard that shit, I'm like, oh, come on. The Uber, yeah. He said Uber. Oh, I bet he has a shooter. And we got a shooter. And I'm like, oh.
That's crazy.
Fuck.
Yeah, but we've been talking about. You guys mentioned Kanye. You guys mentioned Drake, Jay-Z. A lot of greats, man. And
Greats.
every time we have a guest over here, there's a question that we always want to ask. We just want to know what influenced them, maybe where they got their style from. You know, artists that they really love. And we want to know your top 5, my brother. So, gentlemen,
Artists?
I think it's time.
It's time.
It's about that time.
Yo,
It's time.
top 5.
Greatest of all time. Check it out, y'all. Giving y'all the best.
And we go a little something like this. Boom!
Mobb Deep for me.
Mobb Deep.
Mobb
Wow.
Deep, number one for me.
Number
man.
one, baby.
Wow.
Even when
Rest
it
in
came
peace,
to the
P.
beat styles was just hard.
That's our
And your
era
beat, a
right
lot of
there.
your like I remember that track we did, like that's the like that production, like that beat that we did on that song back then. Like it had like that dark feel.
It
Like
had a dog
Yeah,
feel.
when I started out making beats, everything was like Mobb Deep, street bangers,
Oof.
you know, underground, like serious street joints. You know, Nas was definitely another artist for me, man.
mhm.
So
Nas.
that's your number 2.
I would say, yeah, number 2, man.
For sure. For
Yeah, you know
sure.
what?
No
I
order.
listen to
It don't have to be in-
Yeah, it don't gotta be in any
Order.
specific order.
No particular order. Just
Nas, yeah, he was. I mean, I heard him doing street. He was doing street joints, and there was the one Uchiwala. No,
do what you
he
want.
could do commercial party joints.
Yeah.
He was like very poetic, street poetic.
One
And
of
then
the
man, Big Pun, man.
Pun.
Pun was
Wow.
for me his lyrical flow and rhythm was crazy, man.
Yeah, his ability was
Yeah,
crazy.
he,
You think right? I mean, the way his rhyme pattern, his rhyme scheme, like his flow, like definitely was a flow you got to punch in. Heavy, heavy, because that shit was like a machine gun, da 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 da, coming to your ear, like.
I remember my boy, he lived around the block. He's like, yo, listen to this dude, man. Capital Punishment.
Great album.
And
Greatest.
he
One of the greatest albums
Yeah.
ever.
And he was Italian. And he's like, yo, this dude is nasty. I'm like, oh, shoot, and I was just speechless, man. Rewind, listening to the...
He liked it. Damn it. On Twins, he goes, ready for war, Joe. How you wanna blow his spots? I know these dirty cops that murder some wops. That's murder Italian niggas right there. Like,
Yeah, yo, and you know, he was fun with it, like with his bars.
he had
He was-
charisma. You're very charismatic.
Yeah.
Now that's
You know.
3 right there. Wow, that's an ill list right there so far.
Obviously, a lot of, street artists made it a big influence with my beat making, the way I rap. Man, who else? Terror Squad, man. There was this dude's Prospect.
Wow,
shit.
Prospect, Shorty Prospect. Wow.
You know what it is? Back then, I was attracted to those voices, like Prodigy, Havoc had that ill voice, man.
Yeah, Prospect had an
Big
ill
Pun,
voice.
and deep voices back then. I think that was a thing back then.
Yeah, now is toxic masculinity. You can't rhyme like that no
And
more.
there's a lot of
You're
effect, and
canceled.
a lot of effect is put over the voices.
Yeah,
Yeah, the
man.
auto tune and all
Yeah,
that.
When I was listening to the Drake album earlier, I was like, I heard Future was on the track. I was like, yo, and I was hearing Future. I'm like, yo, Future, this is what all these niggas, and Future's been out since like 14, I think, around that time.
Since he was 14?
No, like 2014, like,
Yeah.
and think around
Young
like,
Thug.
So now,
Young
like,
Thug is on that too, right?
huh?
Young Thug is on that track?
Yeah, Young Thug is on the track too. But when I was hearing his vocals on it, and I was like, yo, a lot of these niggas now, a lot of artists, like even the dudes coming up, like they using that effect. Now that effect, that Future sound.
yeah.
And it's like that's where
Auto-tune.
like that's
Auto-tune.
pretty
That
I mean,
T-Pain sound.
Yeah, they just tinkered with it to make it sound better.
So like you mentioned that like how the vocals like what really attract you, like the way
Yeah.
somebody's natural voice
Yeah.
Oh, so
attracts your
It's
ear,
like the
like
raspiness. Oh, Jadakiss. Yeah, that.
5 right there. And Jada's last one? Oh.
Man, he's.
ah.
Oh, I thought you was naming number 5 right there.
No, I
Oh,
was
yeah.
just saying his voice, like
Oh.
You threw us for a
voices
loop.
and bars and man, I gotta.
Who's number 5? Oh,
Yo,
shit.
now the anticipation is building right now.
You gonna hurt somebody's feelings.
We should put some like dramatic music right
Yo,
here.
do it. Plug it in.
Yo, we're gonna have to.
Oh man, man, I like Lloyd Banks, man.
Oh, Lloyd Banks.
Banks.
yes,
It don't
let's
get
go.
lower than
Like
that,
the-
right? His voice. It's
man.
sometimes you can't even understand what he's
Yeah,
saying.
he got that raspy, but he had
He's
swag
dope.
in his punchlines was crazy.
I was gonna say the punchline king.
Punchline king.
Like every time I saw the G Unit, I was just once I was waiting for Lloyd Banks.
You always
to
waiting
jump
for
in.
Banks.
And
Oh,
you can see 50 Cent's face like,
Yeah.
yo, this dude was like the hot one in the whole group. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, he was sick with it, man.
What do you think about 50 Cent calling him lazy and all that shit? I didn't think it was for him.
I understand why he said that.
Because he
Because
wasn't.
on every track he was more. It was like one momentum.
Yeah.
But 50 was calling him that more.
But it was-
with
it
the
wasn't
work
on his-
ethic, but not promoting himself. And
Oh,
now,
really?
Now,
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
and
Yeah,
now-
it was more of like doing shows and like, you
Yeah.
know, appearances and shit like that.
Social media shit.
being more
Like it was
active
like more
on social
forced.
media.
Like he was like, you know, like you dragging him there instead of him like willingly going.
Oh, I thought
promoting
he was
him.
talking about the way he rapped on beats.
Nah.
Banks, I think if Banks was still, if 50 and Banks were still working together, I think Banks, if it would have never, you know, came to that, I think Banks would have still been out rocking.
Yeah.
And he is on the underground tip.
He
you
is,
know what I
but
mean?
he took a back seat and you don't really hear much because he don't got that machine behind him.
But
Machine behind him.
He has a cult following though, so whenever he drops,
Mm-hmm.
his fans are gonna gravitate and they're gonna cop whatever it is.
I
But
like-
yo, that top 5 was
Yeah, and I was
dope,
gonna say
man.
I like Lloyd Banks. He sticks with like his genre. You know what I'm saying? His style.
Mm-hmm.
yeah. That's
you know what
one
I'm saying?
thing. That's one thing about him. He don't be
Stay-
switching. He don't do the auto tune shit and all like that.
That right there, man. It's Geo's top 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Man, it's hard, man. It's a lot of artists. I mean,
That's the hardest part, man, is narrowing that shit
Narrowing
down.
it down.
Say that
Narrow
shit all
it
the
down.
time.
You know what was missing, E? And it's funny because we say that a lot. The usual suspects. Jay-Z, Biggie, and Nas.
Thank God,
So,
right?
yo,
Something different.
Official, man.
Wow, Prospect threw me out. Like, he threw me in
Yeah,
a loop right there.
he was in the Connecta a few times. Was it him or was it Triple Six?
Nah, Triple Six and
Triple Six,
Cuba
alright.
Link.
yo,
Yeah.
Prospect, man.
Shorty
I first-
Prospect.
His voice just, yo, who is that?
Turn the sun back today. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, he was dope. He
Yeah,
was
if Pun
dope.
was alive, all those guys would still be shining.
Hell yeah. Well, that was Prospect was under Pun. Cuban, Triple Six. They were under Pun.
Yeah.
Armageddon was Fat Joe's man and shit, but Prospect didn't flourish because of that. Because of after Pun died, he was like, yo, that whole shit happened with Cuban Link,
Yeah, Cuban
which
Link,
resurfaced again.
Oh God,
Yo,
don't
y'all
say
saw
it.
that?
Cuban
Don't
Link
say
talking
it.
about
Don't say
Fat
it.
Joe
Oh,
was a
yeah, I heard
snitch.
about that.
Oh my God, what the fuck?
I mean,
So what do y'all
think-
believe? What do y'all believe? We weren't even gonna talk about it, but what do y'all
Nah,
believe?
I mean, it's just reaching. It's, you know,
Yeah,
like,
paperwork,
I said it
yes,
before.
paperwork and
Yeah,
all
but
this
that
shit.
It was fake. It was fake bullshit.
The nigga used
today.
whiteout?
He went today. He posted something today saying that, yo, you know, he dug in deeper and, you know, was giving props to Fat Joe.
Or Cuban Link.
Yeah,
posted.
Cuban Link was there, like, you know, giving them props. Like, you know, I give it up to him for standing up and not hiding behind it. And, you know, and I dug in deeper and I couldn't find nothing. So, you know, the shit was, it might have been false paperwork that he got it from somebody. And it was fake shit.
He was trying to use it as ammo.
Yeah. But, like I said, like that whole beef shit, man.
But
Like,
you know
I
who's-
hate to see it because, you know, they had something beautiful.
Yeah, man.
Be-
It was,
something
it was
beautiful, like-
timeless music. But you know who's gonna need a lot of ammo against Fat Joe? Ja Rule. Right?
Yo, I don't know,
I
man.
I don't know who got it. I don't know who got it. I mean, I want to say Fat Joe just because,
But Fat
like
Joe,
the Don Cartagena album.
wow.
That shit
was
is
your first shit, man.
that's my heart right there. It's my baby.
That's your baby.
Yo, Joe, that's my baby. You heard? Treat her right.
Yo, but even before the Don Cartagena, he had like 3 albums.
Jealous
before
One's
that.
Envy, the original
The
Jealous
Jealous One's Envy. You know what I'm saying?
That's the one that
and,
really
and
blew him
he
up.
was down with DITC,
Mhm.
which Big L was included. You know what I'm saying?
I hope he bust out joints like those, like the way the Locks did.
He
like,
can't though.
But bust them out like, you know, like
Ja-
randomly, just bust out a verse of one of them old school joints.
Yo, you got a flow, Joe. And then
Not
fucking
even
Ja
Flo
Rule,
Joe.
what I do it, I'm a baby.
Oh, not even
gonna be
Flo, not even
crazy
Flo
with
Joe.
song.
Leave Flo Joe out, Joe.
That's gonna be crazy.
Yeah, I didn't think about that one.
That's gonna be retarded.
Yeah,
You
nah,
think
I mean
about
that
it.
was a bad. That's a
That's
bad
bad.
match.
I
That's
think
a bad match.
Maybe I think Ja Rule, and I mean not Ja Rule, Fat Joe and Nori might. Because Nori was like, he came out in 96. That CNN album was hard. You know what I'm saying? That it matches with that Don Cartagena. Wow, imagine Blood Money. He plays Blood Money. And Fat Joe plays some shit, you know what I mean? With Pun, that triplet joint. Wow.
I was hearing some people saying that they wanted Ja Rule and 50, but 50's the obvious winner if you put them toe to toe, honestly.
A lot of people sleep on Ja Rule though in that era, that 2003.
He held it.
He held a run.
He had an ill run.
He had a run, man.
At least 3-4 years where it was just him. Him and Ashanti, you know what I'm saying?
Yo, they should end the verses, the Ja Rule and the Fat Joe verses with the I got 100 clips, right? They should both perform that shit.
Yeah, I'm sure they would.
Right?
They probably, I'm sure they would.
Because they cool.
Yeah, but Jada already did his verse on there.
On his verses, right?
Yeah,
But I'm sure they will. They're
gonna do it too.
Yeah,
but they got a
lot of shit.
They got a couple other joints together.
It's not gonna be in the level of Dipset Locks. I honestly think, you know, because Ja Rule ain't really on the scene anymore. And 50's a bad motherfucker,
He's
man.
funny, bro.
Yo, you know 50's gonna have a field day with this shit.
Yeah.
And I'm sure, you know, he's already gearing up, like, you know, thinking of, yo, how I'm gonna fuck with this dude. Because, yo, him and Joe, and it's gonna be all because him and Joe are cool. Yeah. Unless Joe pull him aside, like, yo, don't fuck this up for Ja. You know, and who knows, he probably, you know, trying. Joe being the nigga that he is, and he's a real nigga, and he looks out for his niggas, and Ja, and he's really cool with Ja Rule, genuinely cool with the nigga, like, trying to put money in his pocket. You know, because Ja Rule ain't getting the exposure that he used to get back in the day because of 50.
Yo, 50
will
50 buy.
Fucks up everything for him.
Ja Rule will have a concert recently. He'll have a concert 2-3 years ago, and 50 will buy the whole stadium.
Like the first three, the whole stadium.
Like he'll buy the whole shit.
I heard one thing he bought like the first 5 rows. That shit was.
Yeah.
That's some fucked up shit. Like, yo, 50's a mean, like, yo, like 50's is one of the illest niggas. Another one of my top niggas. But, you know, the shit he doing, like, yo, it's real petty shit.
Yo, Figs.
But that,
props to 50, yo.
You mentioned the verses.
Like,
you mentioned
get over that shit
performance.
Already, man. Niggas is getting old.
And I'm getting some sense of where we're about to take this.
There's a lot of performance, like you said, verses performance on stage now. Everybody's, you know, the verses are now on stages and shit. And I think, you know, we speaking about bars and you know, I think it's time to show and prove, brother. I think it's time for the people to listen to them bars, them Christian hardcore street bars.
Ready to light up a mic?
Light them up for Christ.
Ready to go?
I see
the holy, yo, this is the Holy 16. You know what I'm saying? Edition. Show and prove, baby.
I'm the lyrical Latino, my spitting is straight lethal. Danger for my enemies, hating on all my peoples. I ride and die, hoping I rise con mi amigos. Building up this legacy, living like I'm a hero. My lyrics straight bending these bars like I'm Magneto. And it's peligro when you play a beat and I just eat those. It's like you pass and Curry the ball and makes the free throw. Even in the midst of a blizzard, I bring the heat though. No need to gamble in the casino like Rob De Niro. Cause I'm winning like I'm Batman, defeating Danny DeVito. But some are using needles, I'm feeding my own cerebral. Spirit of a warrior, hijo de el divino. Yo soy dominicano, understanding my motto. I used to paper chase and just chill with the hot models. But that's not what I follow, I'm focused on my tomorrows. Nothing's promised, so I've acknowledged so many sorrows. Life can bring you stress like someone giving a chokehold. Even friends could be driving you all loco. But like a leader, I'm thriving to bring the hope though. I'm always training and elevating like in a dojo. I must admit I've been equipped with this blessed gift. So don't you diss cause you could end up on my naughty list. So stay focused, showing gratitude. I'd rather bless you than show you what a Latin can do with attitude.
Yo, Latin with attitude. I'm like a ghost when I disappear. You can't even find my latitude.
Yo, bars, man. Yo, brother. Damn.
Shit, Geo.
Yo,
Shit, man.
spinning it positive, but on some like, yo, don't play with me type ish. That's what hip hop's all about. You know what I'm saying?
Official, man.
The bars, you dug deep in it. You dug a hole in that joint, and
Good looks, man.
you stomped it out. But
I mean, think about it. You know, when you do music, when you write something, like I always say, like you always want to make sure it's something that you know you really want to come off real, right?
Del corazón.
Yeah,
You want to, give something genuine.
Sounding
like
mad
that.
Colombian, right?
And not portray something
Falsetto.
that isn't.
Right, yeah.
Like, and that's the type of shit you always want to give when you writing your verses.
Yeah, man, definitely.
Whether you're writing a song or a verse.
You
however.
said something right there from the heart, right?
Mhm.
Damn, man. I did mention Fat Joe with Nori and some shit that Nori said on his podcast.
Oh.
He went at he called the Wu affiliates flunkies and shit. And that's been going on for the past week. Where
Yo, was he too twisted when he said that? Like, why would he say some shit like that?
When you drunk, you know, right? What do they say when you drunk?
You talk from
the
the
truth
heart.
comes out.
You're really saying like sober thoughts. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So
Drunk. What did it say
Drunk
again?
tongue. Drunk tongue speaks a sober mind.
like
Damn.
Nori is cool with a lot of niggas, like a lot of artists. These artists that come on the show and all that. He's really tight with these dudes, and he's probably not. That's really the way he feels, but he probably didn't mean it such a way.
Yeah, he probably.
I'm sure he didn't.
Yeah, the comparison was more like they weren't the main non-Wu-Tang members. You know what I'm saying? So he was like, yo, there was just the affiliates. You know what I'm saying?
Niggas,
But
I mean, those dudes are nice though.
But the Wu-Tang fans love the affiliates. Sons of Man,
Yeah.
Killer Army.
Yeah.
Come on, Shaheem. Like, you know what I'm saying? And but Killer Priest,
Killer Priest.
Killer Priest is nasty. Killer Priest was on GZA's album. He had a solo song on GZA's first album, Bible.
Wow. Killer
Basic
Priest.
instructions before leaving Earth. That whole song
I
is just
remember
Killer
that.
Priest. And that was the
Wow.
last song on the album. And you know what I'm saying? Them dudes was nice. Yo, Shaheem was the first one to get a record deal from Wu-Tang. Before Wu-Tang got it.
kid,
When he was like 12. That's crazy.
Wow.
Yeah, I was like 10th grade or something. Man.
So
That's crazy.
yeah, so it was disrespectful, you know what I'm saying? So they
Nah,
been going
I
at
mean, it
that
was-
back and forth, all that back and forth shit, and
He was trying to call them just like blunt rollers, like bag holders. Like he
like
was
the
trying
store runners, like yo, go get me a
Yeah.
Dutch and
to
shit.
muchacho de mandado.
Yeah.
But you
type
could
of
tell
shit.
niggas is running with it though. Like niggas is taking advantage of that exposure. Like
Nah,
They're gonna be
overdoing
on
it,
Drink Champs.
overdoing it.
They
No,
wanna
yeah,
do
I
it.
know
Yeah,
they
yeah.
are.
Nah, their Spotify blew up like 500%.
Exactly.
Right.
Now, but I'm saying like even like with the YouTube shit, like all the videos they making, like talking about it and keep talking about it, like you can tell niggas is just running with that whole shit, and more, on the Wu side,
Right.
just for because Drink Champs is on the level of out there, one of the top video, YouTube shows.
It is.
Yeah, it is. Wow.
So but it is what it is. Yeah. Hopefully they fix that.
Yeah, I think the Killer Priest had DJ EFN and Nori on his show. He has a podcast.
Yeah.
Killer Priest has a podcast. They squashed it, you know what I'm saying? But Shaheem, I don't think
He's still,
he's
that's
not
the
feeling
one that's really.
Killer Army dudes ain't feeling it either, you know what I mean? But you know what I'm saying? Come on, it's all about, like Nori says, giving flowers. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't giving flowers that day, but it didn't seem like that. But he apologized, and it's time to move forward.
Niggas comfortable, man. Talk shit. You talk shit.
Like, yeah, we shitted on the Donda album.
don't
There's
mean it.
there's
I
people
don't
that
mean
love
that.
the Donda album. Word.
But speaking of albums, yo E, what you got in the chamber for this week?
Well, it ain't Lover Boy. It ain't Donda.
Oh damn!
I'm gonna go a little left, and somebody that something we were talking about the other couple episodes ago about that Mount Rushmore, and I forgot all about this dude because I'm a fan of this dude. I've been a fan of this dude for mad years, like going back to like the first Bobby Tarantino album.
Oh, okay.
That I heard
shit.
is
All
my album of the week is Bobby Tarantino 3, which came out this year, and it reminded me. I'm like, I always, everybody know, but you don't really hear it much, but people don't really talk about it much. But I mean, he's known, and Logic he's nasty.
No, he's not.
He's dope.
He's
Yeah.
nice. Like that motherfucker's nasty, and I always forget about him when we having these conversations about, especially like newer artists that are rocking. Like he's up there to me, like with the J. Cole's, the Kendrick Lamar's, and who the hell was the other person on that Mount Rushmore? Drake.
Drake.
Yeah, it was Drake, and I put Logic right there, the fourth one, as far as in the last 10 years. Logic is you go to his albums and
Wow.
that
His catalog is ill.
Yeah, I mean, and I mean, just to highlight the album, some of my favorite tracks, because I forget the names, but the ones definitely to check out on that album, fucking Vaccine, Get Up, See You Space Cowboy.
That's how.
That's a funny name, but yo, that
crazy.
beat, that beat, and the way he rhymed on it, like that one was just like, yo, let me show you, motherfuckers, like. And, you know, he gets a lot of comparisons to Eminem.
Yeah, he got that fast paced
Yeah, because he
flow.
has, but he has a sick flow, man.
You know,
Jordan Lucas has the same flow.
Jordan Lucas.
Yeah, yeah.
He's nasty
Yeah.
too.
Jordan
yo.
Lucas nasty.
I found out about him when he did that song with for Will Smith. Like he dedicated some shit.
that was
Oh,
That
but
was hard.
before that, yo, his videos are crazy.
Oh,
Yeah,
heck
yeah.
His old stories, like,
yeah.
There was one where he shot somebody. It was a true story about a shooter.
wow.
Saying,
Yeah.
but back to
But Logic, yo, the thing with Logic, they made fun of him because he kind of emphasizes that he's half black and white, like in every other song. So they be like, yo,
we know.
yeah, like we know already, like yo,
no, and
because he doesn't look black, so
he
he has,
mentioned it,
yeah, he has to mention it, like yo, let's keep reminding you guys, I'm half black, half white.
Honestly, I don't recall him mentioning it once on this album though.
Oh,
And I
maybe
can
he
say
let that go, and that's great.
I think he let it go this time around.
Because
And
he said he was
bygones be
retiring,
bygones.
right? He said he retired last
probably-
year.
If he did, I mean, niggas is retiring. I say when I came out of my job today, I'm retiring. But then, you know, come Tuesday, I gotta go back to work, and I'm like, yo, I'm gonna pay the bills, you know.
He's young. He must be.
Yeah, he's like he's in
20
he's
something.
like
He's
yeah,
young.
he's like probably like 28.
Oh, okay.
But he has a
Wow.
huge following because he came up through like that college scene.
Yeah,
Yeah, my brother likes Logic. He's
Yeah,
trying
like
to put
he
me
has
on.
he came up big with that, like, and I've been
Let
a
me
big
see.
I've been like listening to his music since he came out
Yeah.
because he has a flow, like, you know, and that's the thing about the album, like you hear it, like, and I'm not sure and I don't remember, but I know he does his like a lot of production too. And I think he does a lot of his own beats.
Oh, really?
Sort of
Wow.
like J. Cole, like that kind of like in that
Oh, yeah,
mode.
yeah, yeah.
'Cause J. Cole does a lot of his own production
Yeah, he
too.
does.
Yeah, he's 31 years old.
Okay,
He's
yeah.
31.
So I mean, he's been on the scene for a minute, but he blew up, you know, through that college scene, like, you know, doing a lot of college tours and all that.
You're right, yeah.
Wow.
And you know, but I've always been a fan of like his music.
Yeah, he.
For sure.
Speaking of Jordan Lucas, they had beef.
They
They
did.
did.
Yeah, because Jordan Lucas had a song idea. He told them about him. He told Logic about it. It was about suicide, and the next, like maybe 2 days later, Logic dropped a song about suicide.
Well, Logic is very big on also like
Mental health.
mental health. Yeah, 'cause
Yeah.
he deals with that too. He talks a lot about that in
Yeah,
his music.
and that's why he left. That's why he was gonna retire.
Yeah, yeah.
He left social media for a while. He couldn't deal with it, but they had a little back and forth, a little spat. Him and
Careful
Jordan
how
Lucas.
you use that word beef, because that ain't beef. I hate when niggas. That's the thing with the internet now. Everything is beef. That ain't beef.
Well,
That's
that
just,
was beef
that's
because
just a little.
Jordan Lucas went at him.
If you step on those Timbs, it's beef. You heard?
That's beef.
You step on these Timbs, I'm putting my foot in your ass.
That's why I rock them Steel Pros.
You go.
Yeah, that was great,
In
man.
case I gotta kick a motherfucking mouth in, you know what I'm saying?
Get him. Yeah, I think this was a great episode, y'all.
Definitely,
Yo,
man.
fuck.
Geo, thanks for coming through, man.
Yo,
Thanks
thank
for
you
word
for
up,
having
Geo,
me,
man.
Coming
Long
through.
Lot
time
of
waiting,
talent.
man.
It's been a while, man. Seeing you guys in the studio to doing this now.
Yeah, man.
I'm proud of you guys, man. It's
Yo,
fire.
Still in
Thank
the
you.
studio.
Likewise.
We gotta get in the studio.
And we got to
Yeah,
set something up. We got some
Let's do
joints to
videos.
mix.
Let's do it all.
Let's do it all, man. I'm ready, man.
Let's do
Just
it.
say the word.
Yo, no
Word
doubt,
up.
man. Till next time, yo, this is the first of many. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
Come on, man. Yo, don't be shy, man. Don't be shy, man. Third time's a charm. We try to get him. Yo, this is the third time, and we got him. We
Yo,
got
he's
him.
very soft. Look, Gio's a very soft-spoken person.
He is.
But his mind will talk very loudly.
That's,
It's just exactly.
That's
There's a lot of
perfect.
shit
Lot of
going
talent,
in that
man.
brain.
yeah, that's perfectly. That's a perfect way to
You know what
explain
I'm saying?
to describe him.
Don't let the demeanor and that fool you, because that motherfucker's a genius.
Word up. In all aspects, don't let that shit fool you. You know what I'm saying? He gets it on quick too.
Word up.
Turn it to the Hulk, nigga. Yo, and on that note, yo, much love. Peace.
I'm the type to make your moves while you're holding back. Afraid to feel the pain like a heart attack. We're the ones who sowing while you sit relaxed, reaping up the harvest while we level up, blazing tracks. Living this life is all sacrifice, losing and gaining and then the afterlife. Have you paid the price? It's time to realize. You can see the struggle deep in my eyes. No matter the struggle, we stay humble, accepting never quenching the hunger for pure muscle. Have you ever wondered all the days that's left numbered? Invest in your potential or dwelling in easy comfort. Time is a gift, you could lose it for just a moment. Love is a gift, but it can shape your heart frozen. Hate overdosing, corrupting your own emotions. So why losing focus for chasing them dead roses?
Whoa, death's coming. That's why we at work, ain't no rest from it. Grind for the gains like it ain't nothing. Focused on gains like it weighs something. Yeah.
Before you go and judge my life, you should know my story. Plenty of mistakes I've made, for some I'm not sorry. Every time I reached out for them, they just ignored me. Now they keep calling.
It come down to a choice. Older now, we ain't playing like boys. And where I'm from, they don't give you a voice. But it's all good. The other side got a brother deployed, afraid for life, could die at the flip of a coin. Told me that my words push him through the worst of a time. That's why I'm putting effort in a verse or a rhyme. It gets dark, it be gray in them skies. I speak light, so everything you hear, I be saying inside. Yeah, honey, stay on the grind. Just remember how we move is more important than you saying he fine. Vice versa, if you don't know her, why you saying she mine? Boundaries, please remain at the line, and no crime. Brian said it's either you or me, so no dying. Gotta treat it like it's UFC, we all fighting. Nah, go and get it is what I'm saying now. We make it happen, you waiting for life to play it out. 30 something already, my hair is graying out. But that ain't stopping your lady and I from staying out. I've seen things, some mean things, how jealousy and men get inspired by green sheets. I've seen women salty over things like retweets. Find out he was hitting, she get hotter than beach heat. Playing on the side like she's sweet as a peach tree. Worst come to worst, he gets caught, then proceeds with the repeat. Please listen when kings speak, giving you examples from my life. I ain't trying to preach things. I seen a lot, learned a lot, I burned a lot. This ain't a hobby, I'm doing this here to earn a lot. Hey, whoa, death's coming. That's why we at work, ain't no rest from it. Grind for the gains like it ain't nothing. Focused on gains like it weighs something. Yeah.
Before you go and judge my life, you should know my story. Plenty of mistakes I've made, for some I'm not sorry. Every time I reached out for them, they just ignored me. Now they keep calling, we just keep rolling.
I'm doing things that you won't. You can play a fool if you want. I ain't wasting these pearls. Look, I wasn't made for this world. Your dudes couldn't bench what I curl. I got them sick and I'm making them hurl. I ain't living a lie. Crucified, I'm just living to die. Eye for eye, you gotta aim high for the sky. Got death calling me, but I still ain't reply. I just wanna see my people excel. Let them know there's more to life than being dead or in jail. Saw my little cousin and he's doing well. In and out of wars, man, that kid's been through hell. Smile on my face, you couldn't tell. One love, to all my fallen soldiers who fell.
Whoa, death's coming. That's why we at work, ain't no rest from it. Grind for the gains like it ain't nothing. Focused on gains like it weighs something. Yeah.
Before you go and judge my life, you should know my story. Plenty of mistakes I've made, for some I'm not sorry.